You know, we talk about in recovery the God of our understanding, and I saw that the God of my understanding working through those people, helping me to get here. And I honestly believe with all my heart that the power of that prayer with those people and their belief in just belief that I could start over and I could have a new chance. And I think that they prayed me into getting to St. Anne's in so many ways. And then when I got here, it was the right people. You know, the right people were here. The right groups of women were here. You know, there was always somebody here that touched my life in one way or the other. I'd lost the hope, and I was so far in the despair and the pain and the emptiness that addiction brings you. The people that got me here to this point absolutely loved me and just keeping me alive, because you know I would have been okay with death, because it was, you know, I was in my own hell. It was just a nightmare every day of getting up and having to go through the same thing of, I don't want to drink anymore, I'm not going to drink today, and then I would drink. I look back and you know, I'm really too ashamed to tell you exactly how bad it was, because it was, you know, I had, growing up, you know, nobody ever dreams that this would be the life. And it, you know, and I made a lot of bad choices, but in my worst nightmare, I could have never dreamed that alcoholism and drug addiction would be as bad as it has been for me. I never dreamed that there was a place that I could go to that I could afford. There was a place to go to that it was just going to happen. I pretty much had to be go into a facility. I had to come to a place like, you know, I would never think of St. Anne's as a facility. St. Anne's is a home, you know. You know, I got a sense of hope at St. Anne's that I never ever thought I would have again. St. Anne's taught me to move forward, and that, you know, whatever had happened in life has happened in life, and all I can do from now is to go forward, live the rest of my life the best that I can, and that if I do the things that I was taught here, I'm going to be able to stay sober. And you know, I believe it. You know, I believed it when I was here, and I believe it now.
Um, 2002 was a very difficult year for me. I had just had my third child. I was involved in my second marriage, which was failing, and was faced with just a terrible dilemma as to why I could not stop drinking. My husband ended up filing for divorce. I lost custody of my children, and hit even more of a bottom than I expected. To know where I was before I walked through the doors, and to know where I am now. Had somebody asked me when I walked through that front door, you know, what if you could have your life any way that you want it, tell me how you would want it, I would have sold myself short. I had no idea. And that's all because someone suggested I come to St. Anne's. You know, here it was more individualized, where, you know, tell me about your story. Tell me what has happened in your past. Tell me what your hopes and dreams are. tell me what it is where you want to see yourself in 10 years. Tell me, and I never had that before. No one ever really took the time to teach me the tools that I needed to just live life on life's terms. I was not capable. I just wasn't capable. I was handicapped. I wasn't capable. That's what St. Anne's did for me. St. Anne's had prepared me. They had, taught me how to make a budget. They helped me find employment. They helped prepare me for what I needed to do once I left. So when I walked out that door, I had a place to go that I had gotten on my own. I had a job to go to 5 days a week, a good job. I had a budget to go by to pay my bills, had paid all the deposits for my utilities. I was very well prepared in that aspect, as well as my sobriety. The foundation had been laid, and I knew what I needed to do, to continue on the path that I was on. I would not be where I'm at had I not come to St. Anne's. And it affected me so deeply. Because of St. Anne's, I have my children back at home with me in a wonderful relationship. I am the daughter to my mother and my father that they always wanted. My mother actually looked at me and said, now you're the person that I always knew you were. You couldn't see it, but I could. That's because I came to St. Anne's. I was able to go to school and graduate college, and now I'm working on my master's, and I have a wonderful career. Never expected that. That's because of St. Anne's.